Today on Zoom. This is an animation invention called a Phenakistoscope. When you spin it and look through it, it looks like it's winking.
That is wicked cool. I started to get interested in the bees when my dad got a few hives. Now I do a lot of beekeeping myself.
Oh, Carolyn,
20 seconds. Yep, left. 15 seconds left.
My sheep are in your meadow. The cows are in the corn. Little boy blue, please blow your horn. Yes, ma'am.
Funding for Zoom is provided by the National Science Foundation, America's investment in the future, and the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, and by contributions to your PBS station
From viewers like you.
Thanks! Woohoo! Oh my God!
I'm Ray.
I'm Caroline.
Hey, I'm Claudio.
I'm Alisa. I'm Jessie.
I'm Jenny. I'm Zoe. We're all plugged into one world now.
So let's talk.
We want to hear from you. Come on, give it a try. And if you like what you see, turn off your TV and do it. Zoom. Come on and zoom. Come on and zoom. Come on and zoom on zoom. Come on and 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 zoom on zoom.
Here's a fun basketball game that you can play on a rainy day. Sent in by Mark S. of Naperville, Illinois. All you need are 2 laundry baskets and some socks. Roll the socks together into balls and try to shoot the socks into the laundry basket before time runs out. Whoever gets the most shots in 30 seconds wins. Okay, guys, are you ready?
Yep.
Okay.
Hold on your mark. I'm going to help her. On your mark.
The one thing.
Get set. Go.
Okay, so that's 1 for Kenny and 1 for Lisa. That was 2 for Kenny. And 2 for Lisa. 3 for Kenny. 4 for Kenny. 3 for...
Claudio, you got to help.
Okay,
There's one back there. Wow, you guys are doing really good.
Oh boy. Zoe, what's the time?
20 seconds.
Claudio.
Claudio, watch out. And 4, 3, 2, 1.
Stop. Oh my gosh, I was so...
Okay. That one counted. Yeah, that one counted.
Okay. I'm gonna... Okay, Claudio's gonna catch the socks. Never mind.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I won. Good job.
Good job. Ready, set, go. Okay. So
you're on 0.
Boy. Ooh. 1. Ooh. Dang.
And Claudio makes 1.
Claudio has 2.
Look, Caroline, you can do
20
3.
seconds.
Oh, Caroline,
20 seconds. Yes, left. 15 seconds left. Oh, no.
Right, how about
Caroline? Come on, Caroline. Come on, Claudio. 10 seconds. Watch out the line, Caroline. Caroline, make sure you stay behind the line. Come on, Caroline. Claudio, make sure you stay behind the line. That's so high, Car. And stop. Claudio won. Here, I'll count.
Okay, I'll count.
You can count. I only got 1 in.
Caroline got 1.
Claudio got 4.
Claudio got 4.
Good job, you guys.
Good job, guys.
Watch you 1 in. Ready, set, go. Okay. And they're off and shooting. Oh, jeez. Whoa.
You have to be distracted.
Woo.
Oh, yeah.
Stay behind the line, Zoe.
Sorry. Zoe's coming up, like, right in front of the basket.
10 seconds. No.
Oh.
Sorry.
Oh, my
Alright.
gosh.
You're
That's
back.
it, Zoe. Zoe got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Zoe got 1.
Wait,
Mine got me right. What's up?
What's up?
Who is the best teacher you ever had and why? My favorite teacher was my 5th grade teacher because she was really nice and she let us do fun things, but it was still educational.
Miss Jackson, because she was very nice to me and I could talk to her very easily.
Miss Harpole?
Miss Thomas. Miss Miller, she's in kindergarten and she's always been so kind to everybody.
Miss Gomez, because she was my kindergarten teacher and she made everything so simple.
My favorite teacher was Mr. Lewis because he really inspired me to be a teacher.
My 3rd grade teacher because she took us to all sorts of crazy places we had never been that related to our studies. One time she took us to a Buddhist temple and we learned how to meditate.
Hi, and welcome to Cafe Zoom. Sean C. of Memphis, Tennessee, sent us directions to make mini ham and cheese quiches. Here's what you'll need to make about 12 mini quiches. 7 eggs, eaten with a fork. 3/4 cup of milk. Store-bought pie crust. Chopped ham and shredded cheese. I have cheddar. And a muffin tin. Okay, first thing you need to do is preheat your oven to 400 degrees. And if you're not allowed to use an oven, make sure you ask an adult for help. Okay, then take your eggs and your milk, I love milk, and mix them together in a bowl. You can use a whisk or a fork, doesn't really matter, but I think I'm going to use a whisk. Just mix them together so they look kind of like a whitish yellow color. Okay, move that aside. Making a mess. Okay. Then, take your pie crust and open it up and take a juice glass and make some circles from the pie crust using the juice glass. You can twist it a little, the glass a little, so it makes good circles. Okay. Oh, I guess it's kind of like a circle. Ah, there we go. Perfect circle. Okay. Put them right there for a second. Then, put them in the muffin tin. Just push it all the way down on the bottom so no air bubbles. There. Okay. And put one here. Just push them right in. So they look like that. Okay? And you want to move this out of the way and take some of your chopped ham and shredded cheese and just sprinkle a little bit into the crust. A little bit there, a little bit here. You don't have to use cheese and ham. You can use anything you want, like vegetables or different types of meat, or even pizza ingredients. Okay. Then take your eggs and milk and just spoon in some on top of the cheese and ham. But you're going to want to leave about 1/2 inch from the edge of the pie crust so it doesn't kind of like bubble over the end when it's cooking. Just a little bit more on that one. Go to this one. There. That's good. Okay. Then, using your oven mittens, put it in the oven for about 20 minutes or until the tops are golden brown. Brown, 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 brown. Yeah. You can also check to see if it's done by sticking a toothpick into the center of the quiche, and if the toothpick comes out clean, they're ready. Okay. Here's one that's already cooked and cooled and ready to eat. So, bon appetit. My name is Jackie, and I'm 12 years old, and I live in Riverhead, New York. And I love bees. I started to get interested in the bees when my dad got a few hives. Now I do a lot of beekeeping myself. Bees are important because they give us honey. If you want to get a good amount of honey, you have to have several hives.
So smoke them right at the entrance, not too close.
You gotta smoke the bees so that they calm down and you can get into their hive. And the reason why I'm wearing all this equipment is so I'm wearing this veil so that the bees won't sting my face. And I'm wearing the gloves so that they won't sting my hands.
When you pop the lid, you're going to smoke down in that hole in the top, okay, Jack? You ready?
Okay. My dad is a little bit braver than I am because he's not wearing gloves.
Okay, get ready to smoke it again, Jack.
Okay. You see the honeycombs already. The kind of bees that are in the hive are the queen, the drones, which are the males that have no stingers, and the females, which have the stingers. My dad has a drone right here. They make a very loud buzzing noise when they fly. I've gotten stung a few times. Not unless you're really allergic to them. It's not a big deal. After the bee stings you, it dies. The bee doesn't sting for fun. It stings to protect the hives. Didn't go too bad today. My dad only got stung once. I didn't get stung at all. To extract the honey, we have to take off the wax. Then there's a hot knife. To make candles out of beeswax, cosmetics. This is work, a lot of work. And then you put the frames into the extractor. The extractor is going to take all the honey out of the frames. What's really amazing about the bee is that in its life, it only makes 1/8 of a teaspoon of honey. There's about 60,000 bees in a beehive, and each year they produce 100 pounds of honey. To make 1 pound of honey is a lot of work.
Rubber pub and double, rubber pub and double, rubber double, never hover.
What? What double mama bubber? Double coming. Bye-bye, Taba Dubbi.
Nubbo, 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 never bubber, never hover.
Abo, rabbit double mama, bubble bubble rabbit shabber. Abo rabbit.
Yabba, rubber pub and double, as I saw that rubber double, never hover, never hover.
Oven double winner. Rabbit double mama, oven double winner. Abo rabbit.
Although, I got a vibe up.
Zoom do.
This is an animation invention called a Phenakistoscope. It was sent in by Brianna A. of Madison, Wisconsin. Brianna calls it a winker because when you hold it up to your eye and look in a mirror, it looks like it's winking.
Here's what you'll need. Poster board, a marker, a pencil, and a push pen.
Here's what you do. Cut a disc out of some poster board. It should be about 10 inches in diameter. Then, on one side of your disc, divide it into 12 parts. It should look like slices of a pie, like this. Then, on each of the slices, cut slots a quarter of an inch wide and an inch deep.
Draw faces on each slice. Do it in pencil in case you make a mistake. Then go over it in marker. Change one thing on each slice. I've changed the position of the eyelid so it looks like it's winking. Okay, I have to draw these in. Okay. This one's open, and that one's a little closed, and that means that one's closed, and that one's a little closed, and that one's open all the way. This one is almost closed all the way.
Okay. I'm coloring in dot of your eye. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. Nice job. Thank you. When you're done drawing, put a push pin through the center of the disc and an eraser of a pencil in the back. This. Spin the disc a few times to make the hole bigger and so it will spin easily. Then, point the picture towards the mirror and look through the slots as you spin the disc.
I can see it winking.
Very cool.
Here, ready? Try.
That is wicked cool.
The Phenakistoscope works because when you spin it and look through it, the images go past our eye faster than our brains can separate them. My brain is a few pictures behind. It still thinks that it sees the open eye when the closed eye moves into view. It's hard to show you what the Phenakistoscope looks like on TV, but the kids at the St. Pierre School sent in this animation. Here's another update on the ZOOMongous Backpack Challenge. Kids from all around the country are weighing their backpacks for 5 days in a row, Monday through Friday, and sending us their data. We've graphed all the data we've received so far to find out if kids in different grades carry heavier backpacks.
These dots stand for the average backpack weight for each person. Looking at the average made it easier for us to see if kids in different grades carried heavier backpacks.
In the first grade, there are a lot of dots between 5 and 13 pounds.
Yeah.
But there are only a couple dots up above 25 pounds.
Yeah.
So the average weight for the first grade is about 10 pounds.
It's about right there.
Yeah.
And it looks like the second graders, on average, had the lightest backpacks.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, it looks like they had the lightest out of everybody. That they're probably the lightest on average is because they learned what to carry, and they don't bring everything home like they did in the first grade.
Yeah, so the grades with the heaviest backpacks seem to be the 7th graders on average, which is about 13 pounds, and the 9th graders on average, which is about 19 pounds.
Yeah, but there's not that many 9th graders. The data would probably be different if there was like more 9th graders, so maybe we should just ignore that data.
From all of our data, it looks like the 2nd graders carry the lightest backpacks on average, and the 7th graders carry the heaviest backpacks on average.
Well, that makes sense because 7th graders usually get more homework than 2nd graders, and they also carry heavier books.
Yeah. We want to see if our conclusions about which grades carry heavier backpacks are right. So keep collecting data for the ZOOMongous Backpack Challenge, and be sure to send it to Zoom.
Send it to Zoom. Email
www.pbs.org
or Gmail ZOOM5350 Boston, Mass. 02134. Send it to Zoom. Wendy Axe of Urbandale, Iowa, sent us directions to make this cool 3D shape called a Mobius strip. The thing that's cool about it is that it only has one side. The twist in the Mobius strip connects what was the top to the bottom, making it one big side. To make it, take a strip of paper and make it a loop. Then, put a twist in the Mobius strip at one end of the strip to make it a Mobius strip. You also have to tape the two ends together so it doesn't come out. There. Here we go. The thing that's cool about the Mobius strip is that it only has one side. So if you draw a line straight through the middle, you'll always end up right back where you started. Mouth is kind of running out of ink. See? Ends up right back where you start. Also, if you cut a Mobius strip in half, watch what happens. It's a little easier to cut it in half if you fold a piece of it first. That way, it's just easier to cut. See? And when you cut the Mobius strip in half, instead of getting 2 small strips, Mobius strips, you get 1 big Mobius strip, which is really, really cool. What happens if you cut the Mobius strip in half another time? Are there other cool things you can do with the Mobius strip? Try it at home. Then send your discoveries to Zoom.
Lost and Found Sheep by Erin T. of Cambridge, Ohio. Little Bo Peep has lost her sheep and doesn't know where to find them.
Here, Fifi. Here, Rex. Oh, I don't know where to find you.
She looked for them in every which way until she stumbled upon Little Boy Blue's stack of hay.
Hey, Little Boy Blue, wake up. My sheep are in your meadow. The cows are in the corn. Little Boy Blue, please blow your horn.
Yes, ma'am. But instead of coming to the call of the horn like they should, the sheep just ran off into the woods.
Hey, sheep, wait up. Oh, hello. Have you seen my sheep? I'm Little Bo Peep, and I don't know where to find them.
Yes, I know. We met once upon a time.
Can you help me?
Wish I could, but I gotta get to Grandma's house, deliver these goodies, and take care of her. She's sick, you know.
Are you sure you can't help me?
Well, when you think about it, how could I? I'm not allowed to talk to strangers.
But I'm not a stranger. Remember, we met once upon a time. Little Red.
So, Little Bo Peep left the woods, and although she couldn't find her sheep at all, she soon came across Humpty Dumpty's wall.
Well, hello, dear little girl. Come up here and sit with me up on my wall. I'd love to, but I can't. You see, I have to find my sheep. Did you see them come by here? Well, I'm not sure if I've seen any... Whoa! Goodness gracious, are you all right? Oh. All the king's horses and all the king's men are on vacation this week. Little Bo Peep, you have to help me put myself back together again. Me? Okay, well, I'll try my best.
Little Bo Peep did so much better than all the king's horses and all the king's men that Little Bo Peep put Humpty Dumpty back together again.
There, all done. Why, thank you ever so much. How can I ever repay you? Well, if you tell me which way my sheep went, that would be payment enough. Well, I believe they went in the direction of your house. Thank you, Humpty.
But when Little Bo Peep finally got there, all she could do was stand and stare.
Oh, no, my sheep aren't here. What should I do?
Little Bo Peep gave a big sigh. And then sat down and began to cry. And as the first tear fell to the ground, she heard a faint sheep-like sound.
Bah! Rex? Fifi? Is that you? Bah! We missed you! Bah!
So Little Bo Peep sheep finally came home. But the lesson she learned to all be known, that if you ever lose your sheep, as did Little Bo Peep, leave them alone and they'll come home, wagging their tails behind them. The end.
on Zoom because of every one of you. Who?
You.
Feed us
A recipe.
Teach us
Biology.
Tell us a joke,
Shows a trick, a riddle, or some poetry.
So if you want to see it coming out of your TV, type it up,
write it down,
and ship it out to Zoom.
Now
email, send it to Zoom or Gmail. Because you called it Zoom.
If you got a video, give it up. We'll put it on the show.
Super Zingers D-double-O-M Zoom. If you will be seeing out on the stream, like your name and your address, and do what?
Take a wild guess.
Email,
Send it up to Zoom.
or Gmail. You called it Zoom. Email, send it to Zoom. To who? www.pbs.org. Email, you know the who. To Zoom. Z-double-O-M Bob 350. Boston, Mass. 02134. Send it to Zoom.
All submissions become the property of Zoom and will be eligible for inclusion in Aussie media. This means that we can share your ideas with
Other Zoomers on TV, the web,
and print materials
and in other Zoom ways.
so send it to Zoom.
If you know any games, send them to Zoom, Box 350, Boston, Mass. 02134. Or email them through the Zoom website at www.pbs.org.
Funding for Zoom is provided by the National Science Foundation,
America's investment in the future.
the Corporation for Public Broadcasting,
And contributions to your PBS station.
from viewers like you.
Thanks!
A production of WGBH Boston.